How you doing, everybody? My name is Octavius Levon Blount. I'm the coordinator for the Mayor's Office of Black Male Engagement, and we're here with another Spotlight series where we spotlight black men that are doing great work in this city for young men and boys. So we have a special guest here today. His name is Mike. He's going to explain a little bit about what he does, how does he impact the city in his position and also in his community, and also what piece of advice can he give young black men to get to where he is and beyond. So, Mike, how you doing today?
Octavius, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad that you're here. You can tell me a little bit about if you took that jacket off, and you just said, "My name is Mike." What would people say about you if you weren't sitting in the room?
I'm the son of two loving parents. Born and raised here in the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
Very family oriented, and someone who really engages in his community and who really respects and appreciates the values that his parents instilled in him. For sure.
Okay, I like that part because if you didn't have that being instilled in you, you wouldn't have that drive that you have right now that I see.
Right.
So I commend you for that. If you could also tell me a little bit about your educational journey.
Of course.
High school, college, whatever. You can just go ahead.
Of course. So I went to Everton Friends School over in Jenkintown.
Okay.
And that's where I learned a lot of the kind of Quaker-themed values of community engagement, and giving back to your community and getting involved in education, social justice work. I got my bachelor's in politics and international studies from Fairfield University in Connecticut.
Okay.
Played Division I soccer there as well.
Okay.
And got involved in some social justice activism there too. And so that for me was a very transformative period for me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now I see you have the red jacket on. That means a lot to a lot of people in this city. If you can explain, your role within City Year, what you do, how do you impact City Year, and also how do you impact the community as well?
Right. So City Year does serve in a number of schools throughout Philadelphia and across the country as well, in the schoolhouse. And my role, particularly as an AmeriCorps member, is to engage students academically, behaviorally, and also just to essentially kind of shape them into productive and well-rounded citizens. That's really my role there in the community. And so on the academic side, I'm serving as a tutor in math and literacy.
Okay.
And so a lot of my day is geared towards providing in-class and out-of-class tutoring sessions where I am trying to teach my students, math fluency, reading, writing, and spelling skills.
Yeah.
But then when we take it to the behavioral side, we're trying to engage them in social emotional learning. And that's where we're really trying to address and build those interpersonal skills and communication skills and trying to shape them into, mature, well-rounded adults, right?
Yeah.
And so my role with City Year, I think, is unique because I can, provide a resource and a space for my students to grow, whether that's in the classroom, in the hallways, in the cafeteria, after school.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing, being able to provide that space for them.
Okay. Now, I know you wrote an article, very well written article. It talked about black male educators and the importance of black male educators and also role models.
Right.
I'm gonna take some pieces from that you talked about, and also have you explain a little bit more. So, with the importance of black male educators, and you being, I would consider you an educator. How do you think? What is the importance of black male educators? Like, why is it so important?
Well, it's no secret that there aren't a huge majority of black males in the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
And so for me, I approached my City Year experience as an opportunity to fulfill a unique role and step in as a role model, as a mentor, as an educator that serves as a mirror for a lot of my students who are young black and brown boys who really could benefit from more investment, mentorship, time, and resources from someone who looks like them, who can identify with their experiences, their background, their perspective on themselves and their community, and show them that they do have potential to be greater tomorrow than they are today. And I think that's incredibly important as a black male and how I view myself and my community. is that I can step into that role, and that all Black males can step into that role
Yeah.
and provide that space and that resource and that encouragement to our young Black boys to pursue something greater than themselves. Absolutely.
Okay. Now I know towards the end of the article, you also talked about those young Black men can be in your shoes.
Right.
You've been through some of the things that they've been through.
Right.
You understand what they're going through. So when you put that jacket on in the morning, it's a two-part question. When you put that jacket on in the morning, do you say, I'm doing this for them? This is why I do my work. This is why I'm so passionate. They ignite me right now.
Absolutely. And I think, I think back to some of my students who I view them as if they were my little brothers.
Okay.
And, I'm always guided by the value Ubuntu, which is a city year value. I am me because of who we are together.
Yeah.
Our humanity is tied together.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wake up in the morning, I think about my students. And I don't want them to feel as if they don't have potential,
Yeah.
if they don't have the capabilities to succeed,
Mm-hmm.
to grow, to learn. And so when I put on this red jacket and I wear my Ubuntu pin, I think about my kids, my students, and how much potential they have to be better tomorrow than they are today, to continue to develop and to pursue opportunities that maybe they didn't think was possible yesterday.
Yeah.
And so this is your jacket and walking into that schoolhouse at Thurgood Marshall and Alney, a reminder of that every day.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful experience for sure.
Okay. Now, when they see that jacket, do they say, oh, that's Mr. Mike? Do they just say, that's another city year man? Or do they say, that's Mr. Mike, he's in city year, and I want to be just like him?
I would hope it's the latter.
Okay.
No, I think when I talk to my students, I remind them that that who I am as an individual is reflective of other Black males and a mirror for who Black men can be and should be in our communities.
Yeah.
Leaders, people who give back to their community,
Yes.
who want to tap into the potential of those around them, and who believe in that ideal, Ubuntu. Because if you believe in Ubuntu, you cannot be okay with those around you failing, right? Because for you, it feels almost immoral. It seems unfair. And so for me, I remind my students that that I believe in them and that it's not just about me. It's not just about them. It's about our community. It's about what we represent. And, I think they're receptive of that for sure.
Okay. Now, I know you provide wisdom to your young men, your students. For the young men that will be watching, and I can also take some too.
Right.
What 3 pieces of advice could you give young Black men to, navigate this world that we live in today?
Right. And I think it ties back to self-love. As Black men, self-love is not necessarily the thing we think about, right?
Yeah.
It's almost taboo. But I think what I've had to learn as well over the years is that self-love is crucial. And it's self-love in the sense that you believe in yourself and your capabilities, in being able to push yourself to be better tomorrow, to pursue a better self for your future, right? And for the young Black boys that I engage with every day, I remind them that you have potential.
Yeah.
I had a conversation 2 days ago with some of my students, and I told them, listen, you have potential. And what I mean by that is you can do this work, whether it's in the classroom, on tests, how you conduct yourself as a person, how you engage with other people, with your teachers, with your staff, with your families. You can be better. You can always pursue something better for yourself. And so that ties back to, to the question I always ask myself is, are feelings of fear and uncertainty, are these feelings that should push me down a path that where I'm apathetic or indifferent or afraid, right? I don't think so. Those are actually calls to action. Those are feelings those are moments in which you're being told to find your power, to leverage those moments, to grow. And, that's my advice to young Black boys who are out here who are watching this video now. Like, tap into your power because you have it within you.
I just want to say, you got me like all mixed up right now. But I felt drawn to what you were saying because you weren't just saying it. You were saying it because you mean it.
Absolutely.
And you also understand that once I say this, I know you can do it. Not me. I'm talking about the young men that you talk to.
Right.
when you say you can tap into your power, I can see you doing it. You just don't see it yet.
Right.
So I want to commend you for the work that you're doing in your community and city here, and also internally with yourself. I also want to say thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. Absolutely. Thank you.
We're gonna connect soon because with the person that you are, you're gonna touch a lot of people and shine a lot of light on people as well.
Thank you.
And you should be exposed to more people than that you are right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I want to say check us out at next Spotlight series. We're on Facebook and Instagram, OBME PHL. Have a blessed day.